So now, how do we, Raghunuga Bhaktas and Madhurya Bhav, how do we experience that Madhurya, sweet, prema-filled lips of Krishna? Because he spits his tambul into our hands. He's chewing on his tambul, which is mixed with all the nectar, the adara amritam of his lips, and all the nectar, sweet prema of his heart, Madhurya prema. And sometimes the Manjari is standing next to Krishna, fanning him because he's really overheated. Radharani is cool as a cucumber in a kunja, but Krishna is really hot as a chili, hot as a red chili. And then Manjari is fanning, and then Krishna is just lying there in the kunja, in the flower bed, and perspiring, and maybe feeling appreciative of that Manjari's fanning. Then Krishna just leans like this. He just turns his head towards the Manjari while he's lying in the flower bed, and the Manjari understands, oh, Krishna is going to give me some Mahaprasad because I'm such a cute Manjari. So Radharaman is going to give me some Mahaprasadam. So then he just turns his head, and the Manjari understands because there's a heart connection. Because the Manjari's connection is Bhav. They're connected with, their desire is to relish the Bhav of Krishna, and to relish the Bhav of Radharani, and to relish the mixture of their Yugal Bhav together, Yugal Kishore. So Krishna turns his head, and the Gopi immediately, Manjari puts hand, then the Manjari really fans Krishna with great ecstatic ulas. So in these ways, the Premi Bhakta will experience the touch and sight and taste of Krishna. This is the philosophy, this is the tattva, this is the reality which we're striving to attain. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to exhibit and display and to demonstrate all the teachings that we've been hearing. So Vishwanath is outlining the actual philosophy and the tattva siddhanta of prema. This is called prem tattva. And the guru is supposed to teach the disciple all the essential jiva tattva and nam tattva and mantra tattva and prakriti tattva, karma tattva, which means Gita, and also supposed to teach the prema tattva and rasa tattva. So the gurus, like Vishnu Chakravarti, is teaching all of us as his students. He's our premi guru, and he's directly experienced all this. So now, what is the example? Is there any tangible example? Do you know any premi bhaktas that saw Krishna? Do you know any premi bhaktas that heard Krishna speak to them? Do you know any premi bhaktas that smelled Krishna's fragrance, or tasted his lips, or felt his loving embrace, or the touch of his hands? Do you know? I know. And that premi bhakta is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Mahaprabhu came to show many things, but one thing is the ideal experience of the Gaudiya Vaishnava sadhaka. He is the father and founder of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So he will actually walk the path of sadhana. He walked the path of Raghunuga Bhakti. He taught the path of Raghunuga Bhakti. And he displayed all the experiences of perfection on the path of Raghunuga Bhakti. So for the sensitive, perceptive devotee, he can see throughout the teachings of Mahaprabhu in his Chaitanya Charitamrita and other books, are displaying all the different aspects of visibly and tangibly, observably displaying all the different stages of progress on the path of Bhakti Bhajan, specifically Raghunuga Bhakti Bhajan. So the stage of faith and developing faith. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Nimai and Navadvip, devotees would meet him at Vaitacharya and say, why don't you have faith in Krishna? Why don't you start practicing Bhakti Bhajan? Oh, no, I want to go to school. I have to get a computer degree in computer science. I'm busy with my studies. And so then all the devotees would meet Chandrasekhar Acharya and Vaitacharya, different acharyas. They would meet and say, oh, this Brahman, he's so nonsense. This Vishnu is so nonsense. He just wants to go to college and get his engineering degree. He doesn't want to do bhakti. He doesn't want to do any seva. And his father tries to engage him in some deity worship, and he just runs away and plays with puppy dogs on the bank of the Ganga. He's very nonsense. So he doesn't have any faith. So then sometimes the devotees meet him and they would say, oh you conditioned soul, Vishwambara, we bless you that someday in the future you may have faith and take up bhakti bhajan. You know, if you read Chaitanya Bhagavat, you must be knowing these things. So if you look deeply into all these shastras, taking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the walk-on, or as the Gopakumar. Gopakumar is showing different levels of progress of which devotee, searching for the devotee who got the greatest mercy, and Narada Muni, and then Gopakumar shows different stages of consciousness and different levels of loving and relating to the absolute reality. Not that everyone has to get in a spaceship and stop in all those planets on his way to Goloka. Okay, you have a around the universe ticket, Bhakt Krishna Das. Our first stop is Janaloka. Then you have 2 weeks there in Janaloka, then we'll take you to Maharloka, then Tapaloka, and then the last stop is Goloka. No, this is just to give you an idea about different planes of consciousness, different levels of reality. In other words, all these levels of consciousness, all these planes of reality mentioned in Brihad Bhagavatamritam, Gopakumar is basically teaching the Madhurya Mai Bhaktas, the Gaudiya Vaishnava sadhakas, neti, 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 neti. Not this, not kingship, not lordship, not Brahmanship, not Indraship, not Shivaship, not Lakshmiship, not Vishnuship, not Godhood, nothing. Just come back to Braj, come down, bring down your kite, put it on the ground, come back to Braj, be your Svabhavik self, little simple coward boy, and just love Gopal. That's the conclusion. So I'm a simple little bhakta, so let me stay right here in Braj and love my Gopal. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for us, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, he's showing, you see the progress at the end of his bhajan life, at the end of his exemplary life as the ideal devotee, serving with 5 hands. He's giving 5 hands of prasadam to the devotees. When Lord Chaitanya is serving the Vaishnavas, it seemed that Lord Chaitanya was serving with 5 hands. He gave so much Mahaprasadam, so much Vaishnava Seva, so much chanting, so much dancing, so much darshan, so much observing all the festivals. Lord Chaitanya observed Janmashtami and the Shri Utsav, everything he's observing, to show the path of bhajan. So clear. So at the end of his life, he's showing, I'm in prem. I'm experiencing his prem. Kurma Chaitanya. These are the... So a devotee at the end of his perfected bhajan life, whenever that life comes, all these experiences. So Lord Chaitanya is showing in his own example in Puri that his first experience with Krishna was seeing him. His second experience with Krishna was smelling him. His third experience with Krishna was hearing his voice. Just like Vishwanath Chakravarti is describing, because the same pattern, the same sequence will happen everywhere and any time, every time for the Premi Bhakta. This is the science of Bhakti Bhajan. Adoshvara tata sarusanga bhajana kriya narta tato nishta ruchiya sakti bhava prema. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Antya Lila, Antya Lila, because even every Lila has different stages. Madhya Antya Lila, Adi Antya Lila, Madhya Antya Lila, and Antya Antya Lila. So this is Antya Antya Lila, at the very last stage of showing that the ultimate limit of prema, the ultimate experience of the Premi Bhakti with Krishna.